Renew your mind, overcome your limiting beliefs, and transform your life. 1. What's holding you back? Imagine living inside a room with invisible walls. You try to move forward, but something blocks you. It's not physical, it's not external, it's internal. Have you ever felt this? Like something is holding back your progress, no matter how hard you try. These invisible barriers are limiting beliefs. They're like chains keeping us stuck, even when we have everything we need to move forward. But here's the truth, these chains can be broken. And today, I'll show you how. In this video, you'll learn what limiting beliefs are and how they form, how they affect every aspect of your life, from your career to your emotional well-being. Most importantly, how to break them down and replace them with empowering beliefs. Before we begin, take a moment to reflect. Which area of your life feels stuck? Think about it as we proceed, because that will be the starting point for your transformation. No matter where you are now, your circumstances don't define who you can become. Let's open the locked doors in your mind and discover a new horizon of possibilities together. 2. What are limiting beliefs? Limiting beliefs aren't just negative thoughts. They're deeply rooted systems of belief that shape how you see yourself, others, and the world. They're like glasses with distorted lenses. You see reality through them, but the image is far from clear. Think of limiting beliefs as outdated software running in the background of your brain. You might not always be aware of them, but they silently influence every decision you make. Here's the biggest problem. Many of these beliefs feel like absolute truths. Phrases like, "I'm not good enough," "Money is too hard to earn," "I'll never get out of this situation." These statements seem final and unquestionable, but here's the truth. They're just stories you've told yourself or heard from others and never stopped to question. How do limiting beliefs work? To understand how limiting beliefs operate, imagine them as guards standing before a door. These guards say, "You can't go through here because you're not ready. This path isn't for you." The problem is, when you believe these messages, you don't even try to open the door. You accept the limitations without questioning them, making them seem even more real. For example, someone who believes they aren't good enough might avoid taking on challenges at work, like a promotion or a new project. Someone who thinks they'll never achieve financial stability might avoid learning about money because they feel it's pointless to try. These limiting beliefs create a cycle of self-sabotage. You don't act because you believe you'll fail, and the lack of action reinforces your initial belief. It's a vicious cycle that feels impossible to break, but it's not. Where do limiting beliefs come from? To break these barriers, we first need to understand how they're formed. Limiting beliefs have three main origins. Personal experiences. Imagine that as a child, you tried something new and failed, maybe a school presentation or a sports team tryout. Instead of seeing it as a learning opportunity, you interpreted the failure as proof that you weren't capable. These moments, especially when accompanied by intense emotions like shame or fear, become etched in memory. From then on, every similar situation reinforces the belief that you're not good enough. Influence of close people words carry immense weight, especially when spoken by authority figures like parents, teachers, or mentors. If you heard things like, "You never do anything right," "This isn't for people like us," these messages can turn into internal truths that shape your choices and limit your ambitions. Often, these words aren't meant to hurt. They're reflections of the speaker's own limiting beliefs, but to a young mind, they're interpreted as absolute rules. Culture and society reinforces patterns that often limit our thinking. Phrases like, "Better to stick with the basics than risk losing everything," "Dreaming big is dangerous." These cultural norms create an environment of restraint where the fear of failure outweighs the desire to grow. Over time, these beliefs blend with your identity, feeling like a natural part of who you are, but they're not. limiting beliefs in practice. To understand this better, let's look at two practical examples. In your career, imagine someone who believes they aren't capable of leading. Despite being talented, this person avoids taking on greater responsibilities, rejects opportunities, and remains in a comfortable but limited role. Over time, this inaction reinforces the belief that they truly can't lead. In your finances, now think of someone who grew up hearing that money is the root of all evil. This person might unconsciously avoid accumulating wealth or investing because they believe it would make them greedy or bad. These examples show how limiting beliefs aren't just thoughts. They shape actions, and actions shape results. The invisible impact. The most dangerous thing about limiting beliefs is how they operate silently. You might not even realize they're there, yet they influence your choices and, as a result, your outcomes. They create a cycle. Belief: I can't do it. Action: you avoid trying something new. Result: you don't make progress. Reflection: I knew I couldn't do it, but here's the good news. This cycle can be broken. What you believe today doesn't have to be your truth tomorrow. If you've identified a limiting belief holding you back, share it in the comments. Knowing you're not alone is an important step toward transformation. If this content resonates with you, like the video now, it helps spread this message and creates a movement of transformation. Let's do this together. Stay tuned, because we'll soon explore how to replace these beliefs with empowering ones and how this change can transform your life. Don't go anywhere. The practical part is coming. 3. How limiting beliefs affect your life. Limiting beliefs are not fleeting ideas. They have a profound and lasting impact on every area of your life. They not only shape how you see yourself, but also influence your decisions, behavior, and ultimately the results you achieve. And the most dangerous part, you often don't realize they're running in the background. The vicious cycle of limiting beliefs. Imagine you believe, I'm not good at public speaking. Every time you have an opportunity to present, you avoid it, telling yourself, it's not for me. What happens next? You miss the chance to practice and improve. By not trying, you reinforce the idea that you're bad at presentations. This belief becomes even more deeply ingrained, and the cycle continues. Now multiply this across all areas of your life: career, finances, relationships. This is how limiting beliefs turn into real blocks, creating a pattern of stagnation. Impact on key areas of life. Career and professional ambitions. Limiting beliefs in your career often manifest as a lack of confidence or fear of taking risks. For example, I'm not qualified enough for that job. I don't have what it takes to lead a team. These thoughts prevent you from pursuing promotions, accepting challenges, or expanding your skills. Over time, you may settle for a position that doesn't reflect your full potential simply because you believe you can't aim higher. Think about how many opportunities you've let slip by because that inner voice told you you're not ready. Finances. Your relationship with money is deeply influenced by the beliefs you hold. Some people think money is hard to earn. Wealth is for others, not for me. These beliefs lead to financial inaction. Maybe you avoid learning about investments, don't look for ways to increase your income, or spend impulsively because you think saving won't make a difference. The result? A cycle of scarcity that feels impossible to break. But it all starts in your mind. Relationships. In the emotional realm, beliefs like I'm not valued or I'm not worthy of love create invisible walls between you and others. You might avoid opening up emotionally for fear of rejection, or you might stay in toxic relationships believing you don't deserve better. These beliefs don't just affect how you relate to others, they also shape your relationship with yourself, a reflection of who you believe you are. Remember this: as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Proverbs 23:7. This means your internal beliefs shape your external reality. If you believe you're not capable, you won't act like someone who is, and the world will respond accordingly. But the opposite is also true. When you start changing your beliefs, everything around you begins to shift. If this message resonates with you, leave a comment sharing an area where limiting beliefs are holding you back. Sharing your experience can be the first step toward your transformation. 4. How to renew your mind and overcome your limitations. Now that you understand how limiting beliefs work, it's time to learn how to overcome them. And here's the good news: your beliefs aren't permanent. They're mental constructions, and like any construction, they can be dismantled and rebuilt. Romans 12:2 offers a transformative truth: be transformed by the renewing of your mind. This isn't just a spiritual teaching, it's a powerful psychological principle. Renewing your mind means replacing limiting thoughts with empowering ones, creating new patterns that propel you forward. Let's dive into practical steps for this renewal. Step 1. Identify your limiting beliefs. The first step is to bring to light what's operating in the shadows. Ask yourself, what repetitive thoughts are holding me back? What do I believe about myself that may not be true? For example, I'm not creative enough to start a business. I don't have the discipline to maintain a healthy routine. Write these beliefs down. The simple act of naming them reduces their power over you. Step 2. Question the origin of these beliefs. Now that you've identified your beliefs, ask yourself, where did this idea come from? Who told me this and why did I believe it? Often, these beliefs stem from isolated moments or people projecting their own limitations onto you. Recognizing this is liberating because it shows these beliefs aren't inherently yours. They were learned, and what's learned can be unlearned. Step 3. Replace them with empowering beliefs. Every limiting belief can be transformed into an idea that drives you forward. For example, I'm not good enough becomes I am capable of learning and improving every day. Money is hard to earn becomes I can create value and prosper. Positive affirmations work by rewiring your brain, creating new neural pathways. The more you repeat these empowering ideas, the more they become a part of who you are. Step 4. Act on your new belief. Changing your beliefs is just the beginning. To solidify the change, you must take action. If you believe you can improve financially, start by creating a budget or learning about investments. If you believe you can grow professionally, work on your skills and share your ideas at work. Action not only reinforces your new belief, it also produces results that fuel a positive growth cycle. Step 5. Practice daily renewal. Renewing your mind isn't a one-time event. It's a continuous process. Dedicate a few minutes each day to reflect on your beliefs, reinforce the positive ones, and act with intention. If these steps resonate with you, like this video, and share it with someone who needs this message. Let's spread the transformation together. A new reality awaits you. Renewing your mind doesn't just transform your thoughts, it transforms your life. Each small belief change creates ripples that influence your actions, results, and eventually who you become. In the next section, we'll explore real-life examples of how this transformation works. Don't go anywhere. The most inspiring part is coming up. 5. Real-life examples of overcoming limiting beliefs. Stories of triumph are powerful because they show that transformation is possible, no matter where you're starting from. Let's explore 2 examples that not only inspire, but also demonstrate how shifting your mindset can redefine the course of your life. Gideon, from fear to visionary leadership. The story of Gideon in the Bible is one of the most striking metaphors for overcoming limiting beliefs. Gideon was an ordinary man living in a time of crisis. When God called him to lead the Israelites against the Midianites, his initial response was filled with insecurity. Me? How can I do this? I am the least in my family, the most insignificant. Gideon believed his social position and limited self-perception made him incapable. He saw the circumstances, his humble background, and the enemy's strength as insurmountable barriers. But here's the turning point. Gideon chose to believe in the greater vision presented to him. He took one step at a time, even while feeling fear, and led a small team to a monumental victory. The lesson? Our beliefs about ourselves rarely reflect our full potential. Gideon didn't need to be the strongest or the most skilled. He just needed to shift his beliefs about who he could become and act with determination. Joseph, resilience and purpose. Amid adversity, Joseph's story is another example of transformation and a renewed mindset. Betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, falsely accused and imprisoned, Joseph faced hardship after hardship. While many would have succumbed to self-pity or anger, Joseph chose to maintain a clear vision of his identity and potential. He saw every challenge as an opportunity to learn and grow. He used his gifts, like interpreting dreams, to build his reputation, even in the face of adversity. Eventually, his resilience and positive mindset led him to become the governor of Egypt, managing the nation's resources and saving countless lives during a famine. What can we learn from Joseph? No matter where you start or what challenges you face, how you choose to see the path ahead determines your future. Your mindset drives your actions, and your actions shape your destiny. Applying these lessons to your life. These stories show that it doesn't matter who you are or where you are right now. There is always the possibility of changing your mindset and transforming your reality. Gideon and Joseph faced enormous challenges, but chose to believe they could overcome. Now ask yourself, what is your battle against the Midianites? What is the future governor of Egypt vision you hope to achieve? Let these stories remind you that who you believe you are today doesn't define who you can become tomorrow. If you've already identified an area where you want to transform your beliefs, share it in the comments. Let's discuss it and start building a different future. 6. Personal transformation, practical exercise to renew your mind. Understanding limiting beliefs and seeing examples of transformation are essential, but the real change happens when you apply this knowledge to your own life. It's not enough to reflect or listen. You must act. Here's a practical and powerful exercise to get started. Step 1. Identify the stuck area in your life. Choose one specific area where you feel blocked. It could be finances. You feel like you can't save money or increase your income. Career. You believe you're not ready to grow or don't deserve recognition. Relationships. You feel like you can't form meaningful connections or overcome conflicts. Be honest with yourself. The more specific you are, the easier it will be to work on transforming that area. Step 2. Uncover the limiting belief behind the block. Ask yourself, what do I believe about this area that's holding me back? Where did this idea come from? Was it something someone told me, an experience I had, or just a fear I created? Examples. I'm not good enough to lead a team. I can't learn new things. Money is hard to earn, so there's no point in trying. Write these beliefs down. Naming them is the first step to dismantling their power. Step 3. Rewrite your beliefs. Now it's time to replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones. The goal isn't to deny challenges, but to create a narrative that motivates action. Transform "I'm not good enough" into "I am constantly learning and improving every day." I'll never get out of debt into "I can learn to manage my finances and create stability." Repeat these new beliefs daily. They're like seeds. The more you nurture them, the stronger they grow. Step 4. Take one concrete action. Today, transformation begins with small, consistent steps. Here are some examples. If you want to improve your finances, start tracking your expenses for a week. If you want to grow in your career, read an article or watch a video about developing skills. If you want to strengthen relationships, reach out to someone important and express your appreciation. Every small action reinforces the new belief and creates a positive cycle of growth. Step 5. Commit to daily renewal. Renewing your mind isn't a one-time event, it's a daily practice. Spend a few minutes each day reflecting on your beliefs, reinforcing the positive ones, and taking intentional action. Remember, transformation takes time. It's like building a house. Every brick you lay contributes to the whole. If you believe these practices are helping you, like this video and share it with someone who needs this message. Together, we can create a movement of renewal and growth. The power of now. Don't postpone your transformation. Everything you need to start is in your hands right now. Choose one limiting belief to work on today, follow these steps, and watch how your mindset and your life begins to change. Conclusion: a new path begins today. Limiting beliefs are like shadows. They seem enormous and intimidating, but they disappear when you face them with clarity and light. What you believe about yourself isn't a definitive sentence. It's just a story, and stories can be rewritten. Today, you've taken an important step. You've identified your limiting beliefs, started questioning them, and learned how to replace them with empowering thoughts. Now it's time to act. You don't need to take a giant leap. Start with one small but meaningful action. Remember, every new action, no matter how small, is a brick in the foundation of a new life. You have the power to transform your mind, and by doing so, transform your reality. If this content inspired you, share it with someone who also needs this message. Together, we can create a movement of renewal and growth. Thank you for being here, and see you in the next video.